Apple recently released an updated version of the Mac Mini, and it's a really decent one. What's up, everybody? Frimps here with Apple News Update, and Apple created a lot of headlines this week.
Mac Mini is the most affordable way to experience the Mac. And with M1, our users have been blown away by the astonishing performance it delivers in such a compact design.
It released new MacBook Pros. They introduced a new HomePod, as well as an updated Mac Mini. And with this upgrade came a few unexpected adjustments, and with all Apple accomplished, this new Mac is truly one of the best deals in Apple's lineup, especially when only desktops are considered. Let me explain. So to begin with, this is a previous version of Mac Mini. The new Mac Mini now has a reduced starting price. Apple actually reduced the price of the upgraded model from $699 to $599 to begin with.
And now it's even more affordable, starting at just $599. A tremendous value for such an incredible desktop.
It is also available for $499 through the Education Shop. That is a fantastic offer. Aside from that, Apple announced two new products. There's an M2 version and an M2 Pro version, and the difference is significant. I'm going to exclude the Mac Pro because it's at the very top of the list, and we're talking about the Mac Mini, but let's compare the new Mac Mini to the current 24-inch iMac and Mac Studio. Starting with the 24-inch iMac, it has an 8-core CPU, M1, and a 7-core GPU. Meanwhile, the new M2 Mac Mini costs only $600. Starts with an 8-core CPU and a 10-core GPU, offering you lots more graphics capability in a smaller package. When you consider that M1 with an 8-core CPU and 7-core GPU costs $1,300, you could spend the same $1,300 on the upgraded Mac Mini and receive an M2 Pro on top of an M2 Pro. It has a 10-core CPU and a 16-core GPU, as well as 16 gigabytes of memory, 8 gigabytes of memory, and a 512 gigabytes SSD versus a 256 gigabytes SSD. There is a significant difference. The performance gap between the Mac and a 24-inch iMac is mind-boggling. New benchmarks released today demonstrate that the M2 Pro, at least the 12-core version, is more powerful than an M1 Max processor, allowing it to outperform an M1 Max. Mac Mini is now insane.
Introducing M2 Pro. M2 Pro cranks up the performance of our Pro systems yet again. To create our next-generation Pro silicon, we started with the supercharged building blocks of M2 and scaled up its architecture to deliver the powerful M2 Pro. Built using the second-generation 5-nanometer process, M2 Pro packs 40 billion transistors into a chip the size of your fingertip. And its unified memory architecture, a hallmark of Apple Silicon, allows the entire chip to share its high-capacity, high-bandwidth memory system for incredibly fast and efficient access to data.
The Retina display is present on the 24-inch iMac and has a 4.5K display that measures 24 inches. There are many various types of screens on the market, so you may price it wherever you want, go bigger, go smaller, have greater resolution, or anything like that, and you will undoubtedly get a fantastic deal. Plus, it's far cheaper and quicker to replace your monitor later on, rather than purchasing that system only for the display and then severely limiting your performance because you wanted it all. There is also a significant difference between the Mac Mini and the Mac Studio. Now, I will acknowledge that the Mac Studio has a lot more power. You can go all the way up to an M1 Ultra, which has a lot more stuff in it and is a more powerful computer. But it's a major issue if we're talking about the base versions, or at least the M2 Pro-based model of the Mac Mini. At $1,300, you may schedule a Mac appointment using that M2 Pro. Alternatively, invest a little extra for the 12-core, which will be more powerful than the M1 Max at the starting level.
It features a next-generation 12-core CPU with 8 high-performance cores and 4 high-efficiency cores for up to 20% greater performance over M1 Pro. It also has a next-generation GPU with up to 19 cores, delivering up to 30% more graphics performance. And the Neural Engine is getting a big boost, speeding up machine learning tasks like video and image processing by 40%. Finally, the powerful media engine of M2 Pro rips through the most popular video codecs, dramatically accelerating pro video workflows while using very little power. So that's M2 Pro, featuring a faster CPU and GPU, our next-generation Neural Engine, and our industry-leading media engine.
Mac Studio and the new Mac Mini can handle an 8K external display or 4K 240Hz monitor, although the M1 Max and M1 Ultra within the Mac Studio cannot. This, in my opinion, makes the Mac Mini a terrific buy for everyone out there. Pick up the new Mac Mini if you already have a display. It's a fantastic desktop system with a low price tag and insane performance. I'm in love with this thing, and if you're looking for a desktop, you should definitely consider it. However, please let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to the new Mac Mini? Please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video.